Welcome everyone to our daily Forex market analysis actually this is in preparation for June 27th, 2016. Just a quick disclaimer before we get started. This is for educational purposes only. If you have questions about your individual investment needs, I recommend you talk to your investment advisor. All right, so let's take a look to see what's going on in the markets today. A bit of a slow day here, not much in terms of news. We did have some core durable goods orders for the US, which came in as negative. And then going into Tuesday here, very important, we have ECB President Draghi speaking, then we have Bank of England Financial Stability Report, and then Bank of England Governor Carney speaking. So from a UK perspective, quite busy here, and into the US session, we have consumer confidence number. Now, we have been seeing some poor numbers coming out from the US, so that will be a matter of concern. And also, so we have Fed Chair Yellen speaking. So we have 3 central banks tomorrow, which means it can be volatile. So I would highly recommend being careful. 3 central bankers speaking on one day can create a lot of volatility. But in terms of I don't see that they can really have a lot of new stuff to add. We just saw an interest rate hike from the US, and ECB has essentially said that they're not looking to actually, no, Bank of England said that they're not looking to raise rates just yet because of Brexit, what's going on with Brexit. But because the data coming out of the UK has been very strong, market is already starting to sort of price in some of that data. But because of Brexit, that will weigh on the British pound. And for ECB, Brexit also weighs on ECB. So they can't really, or at least they're not saying that they're going to look at raising rates, but there have been comments and murmurs about raising or cutting back on their monetary policy. So that's something to keep in mind. So essentially the market is just looking for clues as to what the central bankers are thinking at this point. But it shouldn't be anything new yet. Anytime there's central bankers speaking, we usually see volatility in the market. So just be mindful of that. So let's go on to our charts. We will start off with our Euro US dollar. So Euro US dollar, we have been sitting in this range for some time now. The range is between 1300 and 1120. At the moment, we are in this more of an immediate range, which is between a 1220-ish area or 1230-ish area and all the way down to 1120. So about 100 or so pip range here. And that's where we are still stuck in. So today was a bit of a small range day. Again, there is not a lot of, Mondays tend to be small ranges for Monday, and then Tuesday we see that volatility picks up, or at least more liquidity picks up in the market. As a result, the moves tend to get larger. So here we are going to treat this as a range-bound market. If the price comes into 112.35 here, we are going to look for a reaction off of this level, or even into the 1200 level, 1220 level here. We're going to look for a bit of a reaction here, price to move down. And if price comes into 1120, we're looking for it to move up higher. So that's what we are going to look at. So let's take a closer look here. This is our 4-hour chart. It's right in the middle now. As we can see, price hasn't really gone out of this larger range. Excuse me. So if we look at this bigger picture here, as we can see, price was moving up, and now it's stuck in this sideways move. So the larger range is all the way up here, which is 1280 or about 1300 here. And then we have in the bottom, we had this 1120 level that hasn't been breached yet. So that's our 4-hour. Looking at the 1-hour, this is where we are sitting. Price went in to test the highs here, kind of into that 1120-ish level. So into that 112, 20-ish level right into here, this support and resistance area. And from there, we did see the price drop. So essentially, this is our range. We are going to treat this as a range. Top end of the range, when price gets to the top, we're looking for price to move down from there. When price gets into the bottom here, we're looking for it to push back up. So range found for euro. Going into our British pound here. Now, a pound has gone up or had gone up into Friday here and then went up today and then has dropped since then. So this is what it looks like at the moment. So this looks like it is into resistance. So this is the previous resistance. Looks like it's rejecting the resistance, which means we are bearish on this. We're looking for a further move to the downside. And in this case, the area that we are looking for would be bottom. The first target would be bottom of this pin here, which is a 126.80-ish level. And then in the bottom here, which is 126.73 area. So overall, as we can see, there's a double top here. We'll go to a smaller time frame to look at that, but this shows a rejection of this 127.60 level, and we're looking for price to move down. We have a bearish candle close for the day, which supports our bearish view on this. So looking at our 4-hour chart, as we can see, price went into this previous support and resistance area right into the bottom here and has rejected. It went and tested this again, and now looks like it wants to come lower. So here we are, rejected the top. So we have a double top. This is what I was talking about, a double top. On the daily, it looks like 2 pins. As we can see how it looks like 2 pins, but normally when we break it down into a lower time frame, it looks like a double top. So we have a double top, which means we're looking for price movement lower. First target is this one, which is our S2 126.75 area. And then if price continues through there, we're looking for S3, which is our 126.45-ish area is our S3. So we'll just move it up a little bit. Now, just a little word of caution: before price comes down, it could push up higher and do another intraday double top. See how price pushed up higher on the close here? So I would be mindful of that. This is probably 120, 127.50-ish area is probably the best level to sell from. So this would be something to keep in mind. I would, it's best to set up an alert there and see how price reacts. Likely we're looking for price to come back down. If for some reason, let's say Bank of England is a little bit more hawkish than what we have seen them be in the past, then we may see a break to the top. And then this is where we are looking to go up. So this will be the point for price to stay above. So we look for a break. We're not taking a break. We wait for a pullback, and we are looking for price to stay above. Once it holds above, that would be entry point. So 127, slightly above 127.60, and then the target would be 128.20 area. But for now, the way it sits, we are bearish on this unless something changes with the central bank. So for now, that is bearish, looking for 126.80-ish area. Dollar CAD here. Dollar CAD is range bound as well. This is the range that we are in, 133.50 to the top and 131.90. So let's say 132.00 to the bottom here. In terms of a close, very, very small close, kind of a bullish candle, but I would say bullish to neutral on this one. And we'll treat this as a range bound market. So in terms of the range, this is what we're looking for. Same thing as we looked at for the euro. If the price goes into 133.50, we're looking for a selling opportunity here. So we're looking for some sort of a reversal pattern at 133.50, or if price comes into 1.3200, then we're looking for a buying opportunity. Again, we want to see a reversal pattern, so it gives us the bullish reversal pattern at the bottom, but that's what we're looking for. So treating this as a range-bound market. Now going into 4-hour chart, here's what we have. As we can see, price has had trouble breaking through this level 132.00. So we have a bullish close here. Price has been rejected multiple times, so that's why we are bullish here, but we are bullish to neutral because we are looking at this as a range bound market. So if the price comes into 13200, which is also our S1 level, we're looking for it to bounce back up towards 133.50. So if price goes into 133.50, we're looking for it to bounce to the downside. So that is more another range bound here. This is our 1 hour chart. As we can see, this is a little bit clearer here on 1 hour chart. Rejection, 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 rejection. So if it comes down here, first thing would be to look for a bounce to the upside. If it breaks, and which it can, especially if Yellen says something. So we're looking for a break first, then a retest of that level, and then a drop. So we're not taking a trade here. We're taking a trade after the price stays below and holds below 13200. So those are the levels that we'd be watching. Okay, range bound there. Aussie, US dollar. We have been bullish on this for the last couple of days here. Friday was a bullish day, and today has been very, very small price move. So looking at a 4-hour chart, we can see price barely moved. This is like the smallest move ever. Price literally moved less than 50 pips. So not a big move to give us an idea of what direction this wants to go in. At this point, it looks like it's into resistance. So this one we'll have to kind of wait and see. But if the price comes into 76.30 area, that certainly would act as a level to look for a potential selling opportunity, because as we can see, price got stopped here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times in a row, which means there are a lot of sellers sitting there. And we're likely to see the same type of behavior. The way the candle has closed here, this looks bullish, but we are into resistance. So I would say neutral on this, bullish to neutral on this. So we're looking for price to go into 76.30 area, and then we are looking for price to move lower from there. Going into 4-hour, this is where we are. Previous resistance, but this area could get pushed through quite easily, and we could see price go into the top again into this area, which is also our R3. But the ranges, the pivots are a little bit messed up here because the ranges have been so so small. So the pivots are not going to work as well here because they're too tight. They're too close together. So 76.30 would be an area to look for in terms of selling opportunity. And then 75.20 area would be, we could see one of these. So bounce off of 75.20. So looking for a bullish move at 75.20, and we're looking for selling opportunity at 76.30 level. Okay, so that's Aussie. Let's just take a quick look here. So this is closer, just our 1 hour. As we can see, price is reacting at this level here. So if it keeps on dropping, we're likely to see it come back into the bottom. New Zealand here. This inefficiency has been filled. Now this was on Friday. Sorry, this was June 26th. So that was today, sorry. Here's what this looks like. We are into another range-bound market here. As we can see, this is where the support and resistance level is coming from. 7300 level is a potential sell. So this here is a very, very neutral candle close for the day. And now it looks like price is moving lower. So I would say we are likely to see price kind of come down towards the bottom here. So the first support level we have to watch for is 72.20. So we're looking for price to come down. But before it comes down, again, we could see price go and test the high because the ranges were quite small today. We could see price do that, go and test 7300 or 7310-ish level once again before it drops. Or if it continues to drop, then we're looking for price to come into 72.20 area. So we are neutral to bearish on this one. Okay, so here's our double top. As we can see, price did a double top. Because there's a double top, we're looking for price to pull back. So 72.20 will be an important area to watch because of this here. This is important support level. And if price doesn't break through, we could see one of these move back up. So price could bounce off of that 72.20 level. So right now we're looking for price to move lower towards 72.20. And here's our major resistance, which is 7,300. If the price breaks above that, then we could see price go all the way into 73.50 and then 73.80 area. So this would be the key level to watch here, 7,300 level. Let's take a look at the yen crosses. Yen has been quite bullish here. Now, this is pound yen, so we're looking for very, very bullish close on the day. We are into resistance, but looks like price wants to push up higher. So we're bullish on this based on the daily close here. 143.00 is the next resistance to the upside. So that will be the first target for us, 143.00. And if the price continues higher, then we are looking for 143.080 or even 144, which is the top of this pin. So pound yen here looking very bullish. As we can see, this is where it's going into, but do keep in mind we are coming into resistance now. So this is the first level of resistance. Here we are. And then the second one would be 143.00. Here's what our 1 hour looks like. As we can see, based on our trend line here, very, very bullish. And we are likely to continue higher. So we could get one of these and then push up higher. But since we are into resistance, we do have to be open to a move lower. So in that case, what we could do here is we could look for a break of the trend line here. And we could see one of these here. So that sort of a move is what we would be looking for. So it's important to pay attention to this one. So 142.50. And then if the price breaks down, I would recommend just having a trend line there. If it holds below the backside of the trend line, then chances are it may come down. Overall, though, this looks bullish from a daily perspective right into resistance. Dollar yen here looks very bullish. We have seen small move here. Yeah, Walter, this looks bullish. So good trade there. Very good trade. Very, very bullish candle here, bullish engulfing candle. And this looks like a flag. So we'll take a look at it. It looks like a bullish flag. We'll take a look at it on the smaller time frame. But based on the daily close here, we are into resistance, but we are looking very bullish. So this was a very, very bullish close. And now we're looking for a further move to the upside. Our target here, the first target I would say would be into 112, about 50, 112.50 area. And then we're looking into this 112.84 area. So that would be the next target to the upside for our daily move, in which case this here, this candle is getting filled. It could go all the way into 113. So we are definitely looking bullish here. So this is what we saw we saw a double bottom, then price moved up, went and did a test here. As we can see, tested the same level, the resistance became support, and since then it's held over, and now it is pushing up higher. So this 112.100, 12.10 is the next one, and then we're looking to move higher than that. So this is what, as we can see, price moved up, went sideways, and now it looks like it wants to move up higher. So it's holding this level here. The pivot point, it played around with pivot point, could not hold below, held above the pivot point, has pushed up, and now it's just holding above the pivot point. So we could see price push on higher. So keep that in mind. This is dollar yen is bullish. Euro yen, very bullish, looking quite bullish here. The next target is very close, actually. We're almost into it at 125.30. So let's go all the way to the upside here. 125.80 will be the next target to the upside. See how price had a bullish close, then kind of hung around sideways, and now we have had a nice bullish close again. So 125.80. So all of these, euro, pound, and US dollar, we have central bank or central bankers speaking tomorrow. And because of that, because of their comments and what the market takes out of their comments, that could change the state of things. But based on the daily close, very, very bullish. So looking for 125.80 to the upside. Here's our 4-hour. As we can see, we don't even see too many red candles, too many strong red candles. Most of them are green. So we're looking for price to move all the way into 125.80 area to the upside here. And as we can see, same thing again. If we were to draw our trend line here, we are looking quite bullish. Okay, so Euro Yen, let's take a look at Euro CAD here. Euro CAD is sideways, range bound here, same thing as Euro. 148.90 area would be a level to sell from. Right now it's right in the middle, so probably not the best way to trade at this point. If it comes into 147.20, so we are looking for a buying opportunity in that case. So this is the move we are looking for. If it goes into 148.90 area, sell. Or potential sell, I should say. If it goes down to 147.20 area, we're looking for a move further back into the range here. So sell at the top and buy at the bottom is what I would be looking. Euro Aussie, bearish candle close here. So we're looking for another bearish day. But before it does that, we could see a pullback. So it may pull back into either 147.50-ish area, or it could pull back all the way into 147.70 area. So I would keep an eye on that because this is an important support and resistance area. This will be a place to watch. 147.70 could be a potential selling opportunity. So overall, we are bearish on this, but we are looking for a bit of a pullback and then looking for price to drop. So this is bearish, and the target here will be, the first one would be at 146.70 and then a little bit lower. So I think that is, we have covered most of it. Any questions or anything to add? All right, if not, so we'll call it a wrap for today.